hanging over her Jersey City neighborhood at nighttime. "Well," she confides, "I used to think that the moon just illuminated the sky. Now I see a different view. It makes me want to float in space and walk on the moon." By focusing beyond Earth, Genesis discovered herself. She wants to be a scientist. Which pretty much sums up the arc and the impact of Sally Ride's own life. Her place in history will forever be secure as the plucky 32-year-old physicist with the winning grin who rocketed through the celestial glass ceiling to prove that women, too, could have the right stuff. On June 18, 1983, well into the social revolution that enabled women to start taking their equal place throughout the rest of society, she defied the institutional gravity of American spaceflight and zoomed into the national psyche. Sally Ride was not the first woman in orbit. 2 Russians had gotten there before her. But she was the first American woman in space, with the attendant publicity and allure of the free world. She also remains the youngest American ever launched. Her achievement, and the celebrity that resulted, captivated and inspired several generations of admirers. She was, briefly, the most famous person on the planet. Being first at anything guarantees headlines, at least temporarily. We honor pioneers. We crave heroes. We count on explorers of every dimension to peek beyond the edges of our neighborhoods, our nations, and our understanding to tell us what's out there. And when out there is outer space, news becomes legend. What's up, as in thumbs or the stock market or our outlook, is good. Brightness and beauty are measured by the sun and the stars, righteousness by heaven. Progress means breaking through ceilings, not floors. Astonishment is otherworldly. The mystery of the universe, with its infinite horizons and limited access, and the fiery risk of lighting 2 giant Roman candles to get there, magnified Sally Ride's entry into what had long been an all-male cowboy culture, into a potent can-do symbol. Many women, especially young women, translated her bold journey into their own tickets to success. If that door was open, they reasoned, so is everything else. But while flying in space defined her public image and would always anchor her public service, it never circumscribed Sally's view of herself. Being an astronaut was her adventure, not her vocation. She spent only 9 years at NASA. For the next quarter-century, she mastered a succession of careers that grew out of her earliest convictions and built upon each other. As a teen, she tasted, then rejected, a life in professional tennis, but assimilated the lessons of teamwork and grace under pressure. As a retired astronaut, she did research on arms control and taught physics to university students, increasingly motivated by the fragility of Earth that she'd seen from space. In Washington, D.C., she advised 2 presidents, testified before committees of Congress, and regularly refused political office, too private to belong to the public. Once the bright new face of NASA, she also became its conscience, repeatedly agreeing to help get the agency back on track or chart its future. And wherever she found herself, she championed programs to advance the status of women and fought against stereotypes that dampened children's dreams, barriers to success that had never stopped her. There was no master plan, just pieces she kept fitting together as she refined her vision. Her trust in science led to her conviction that a scientifically literate nation is our only hope. It all coalesced in the company she founded, Sally Ride Science, whose purpose was to get and keep 8 to 12-year-olds, especially girls, interested in and committed to math and science. The message, relayed through innovative educational products and programs for both students and teachers, and sometimes partnered with NASA, like the orbiting cameras focused on the moon, echoed her own fantastic voyage. Science is cool, and gendered no obstacle to rocketing into space or sequencing the genome of a tropical frog. The grander goal was implicit. With proper